looking for you. I'm always looking for you. I brushed it off, pushed it aside, but I couldn't help. I was looking for you. Yeah, I was looking for you. I have a house surrounded. I am the silence in the road. Just a figure in the dark. As if coming for the storm. If I fall, you catch me. Brush me back up on my face. Feel the strength inside of me.
good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Once again, two series for us here, the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's Rocky Game 150 brought to you by Jinx Shifters. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports at Work.
Welcome everybody to the desert out here in Phoenix. We're here with the MDOT Arca Series Championship race, final race of this shortened season, and it's been action-packed to say the least. I am your host, Alan Brown, and I am joined back in the booth with Mr. Alan English. How you doing today, man?
Great to be here, Alan. It's I had a nice week off, out of town visiting family. I'd like to thank Alan Hewins for filling in for me last week for the Cup race. But I'm ready. I'm back and ready to call some racing, and this is going to be a great one. This is a very neat track, especially one to end a season that's been filled with, like you said, tons of action. It's been a thrill to watch these guys in this entry level series, and I can't wait to see what goes on tonight.
And down on pit road, where it is scorching hot today, got Mr. Adam Turner. You are back where you feel most comfortable, I would say. How's that cooler looking tonight? Probably extra stocked.
Well, the cooler is definitely extra stocked, and I need extra ice because it is super hot down here. I don't think I've seen a track this hot in a long time, and it's going to cause some problems for these guys, I think, with a little bit of slippery stuff on the track due to heat. But and like you said, this is the end. This is the championship. We got a couple guys battling for it, and if you want to go into that, Mr. Brown, but it's going to be cool to watch this final race, and we're going to miss some of these guys. They're going to be promoted up. This is a progressive league. They're going to be moved up to Xfinity and maybe eventually Cup. So Midwest Days of Thunder are going to put on a show tonight.
Yeah, we will touch on that in just a minute. Just take a quick look at our track details today. Phoenix is a 1 mile raceway, so we're here for 65 laps, meaning 65 miles to determine today's winner and the season winners, whether that be for the individual or the team. Our key to the race today is the fact that this is it. You got to leave it all out there. No more racing after this for this season. Now's the time to make your move.
And it's not just for the championship. It's, these guys are fighting for points positions too, just to show the Xfinity owners, hey, look, I'm worth pulling up. I didn't win the championship, but at least I stuck it out to the end. I raced all the races. You got to show up, and that's what this league does very well, is getting guys to show up week after week, keeping the racing good, interesting, and pulling up the guys that show that commitment, pulling them up to Xfinity and then eventually Cup. So you'll see a lot of guys battling. I don't think you're going to have any lame ducks out here. You're going to have some guys that may be fighting for that top 10 points position overall for this season. So it's going to be fun to see some battles tonight.
Yeah, and typically here you need to finish in the top 16 just to have a chance to promote. Now, I don't know if that's the same this year, or you definitely have to impress somebody because you know, to get pulled up from a team owner personally. So that's going to be, you know, that stuff is on the line for these other guys that aren't battling for the quote unquote championship. But and like you said, we have a team championship now. Our standings are MPN Esports is leading, and then followed by Latte Motorsports, and they'll have a little battle here and see who can win that as well. That's for the owners to, you know, be excited about. I'm telling you, I know these guys. They want to win. I don't think anybody here likes to lose, if y'all know what I mean.
Oh, you're absolutely correct. As we just finish up practice, currently the man to beat in the championship, that would be Angel Hernandez. He is currently 9 points clear of Gavin Marlin, so it's almost, you would say, kind of Angel's race to lose at this point, just on how the race points go. But you never know what could happen. Angel could have a bad night, Gavin could have a bad night, and Isaac Wilson is sitting there in third, only 12 points back. So, you know, anything can happen. This championship is not over yet.
You know, and 9 points is not anything insurmountable. I mean, Gavin needs a good finish. That's a given. But if he can just finish, you know, not counting bonus points and whatnot, if he can finish 10 positions ahead of Angel, it doesn't matter where they're at on the track. Neither of them have to win the race tonight. So be watching those two cars, the 42 and the 14 tonight, and it's tight, but Angel definitely has the advantage here.
Yep, that's for sure. However, even Isaac Wilson has a chance. He's within striking distance. I mean, the track is super slick right now. Anything can happen. You go too wide first couple laps, and you know you got cold tires and a hot surface. You know that could create a lot of problems. Again, we do have 2 fast repairs in this league, so you can usually make up what you've lost, but you know it could still be interesting as far as the championship goes. In my opinion.
I'm glad you mentioned fast repairs, because that's what I was going to touch on. They're invaluable here, especially at a track this is not an easy track to drive. I mean, there's a reason there's only a few guys in the actual real life Cup Series that are actually very good here, because they're some of the best drivers in the world, and we've got a bunch of good drivers here in this entry level series. So we'll see who can find the line tonight and click off some good safe laps and take care of them tires too.
As right now, Brian Privet is the one that has found that line. He is quite clear of Alex Goff, who finished currently in second. We still have a couple people taking their qualifying laps right now as we watch Chris Watkins fly up there and take position number 2.
Looks like we're going to have about a 20 car field today. I believe a couple of those guys, I think Mike Simone was in there to run around with his son, Red Stick Ryan Simone, trying to kind of show him the line. And
yeah, he was trying to look at him with his big old eyes, and then I'm looking at these MPN Motor Esports guys. They're all looks like they're running an Adrenaline Spike Designs car. Oh, yeah, really cool, patriotic car. Shout out to those guys for taking care of America.
I love it when guys run the patriotic paint, and it looks like it's got World War II aircraft nose art, maybe even like an A-10 Warthog nose art on the side of the cars. Look pretty sharp. They did a good job painting them for sure.
Yes, indeed. As we were mentioned, those MPN guys, they are currently leading the championship, and they have a driver on pole position as of right now.
Oh, yeah, Watkins.
And I think that will do it for all of qualifying, as I think Gavin has completed, and I believe that is everybody who is at least going to qualify. It looks like Matthew Spires and Gary Sack III have not taken a lap.
Talking about the MPN guys, the 4-car Ryan Ayers, but it looks like he's going to be starting near the rear. I'm not sure he's too happy with that qualifying time. Of course, it might be a strategy move. I mean, we talk about that all the time, Adam, about, hey, where do you start here? Are you expecting some carnage early and going to do the safe thing and start in the rear, or what are you going to do?
Well, that's a great question. And I always talk about how this is a marathon, not a sprint. But I think this is a sprint tonight, y'all.
Yeah, it's short.
I think you're going to have to battle for every position. And if it was me, I think in this situation, I'd try to qualify as best as I could and be up front. But, hey, these guys have a plan. Stick to your plan and just have fun. That's what it's really all about, having fun and trying to win. That's what we're doing here.
As we start to grid up, we will bring you the complete... Come on, work, you mouse. Bring you our complete starting grid. Chris Watkins winning pole position over Brian Privet. Alex Goff in the 00 coming in third, with Angel Hernandez finishing in fourth. Gavin Marlin taking fifth, so those two starting right next to each other right off the bat, with Lindsey Lyles in the 1 car starting in sixth. Michael Chaney in the 25 starting in 7th, with Darrell Whitlow starting in 8th. In 9th, we've got Grandpa Bill. I don't know which driver that is, but...
Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis.
Mr. Davis with that funny nickname. And in 10th, we got the other Grandpa driver there.
Michael Giberson.
The 77 of John J. Timms will be starting in 11th position today. The Angry Idiot, Tim Harmon, the 73, will be starting in 12th. Isaac Wilson in 93 start 13th. MPN driver and owner Ryan Ayers will be starting in 14th.
15th, we have the number 91 car of Thomas Girth, followed by, in 16th, Little Red Stick, Ryan Simone out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 17th, the number 3 car, Rob Nickel. 18th, 37, Matthew Spires. 19th, Gary Sack III. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this race.
Yeah, and it looked like Gary Sack has some connection issues, so he might not make the grid. He may get it looks like he's going to settle for a late start here, but if we get a caution, he'll get that lap back, hopefully, pretty quick.
Yeah, that won't be the end of the world for Mr. Michigan, Gary Sack III.
No, he's
but
good.
He'll make it up. I think we're going to have a caution here at some point.
I think,
tight track, hot track, tight track. We're going to see some fun.
Well, I hope at least Gary gets reconnected so he can at least help out and cheer on his teammate there at Hernandez Sack Racing, Angel Hernandez, who's trying to pick up that championship tonight.
As the pace car is kind of leading them down through, I believe they're now in 3 and 4. So we're ready to take this green flag. The flag man is ready. The pace car is ready as he starts to come down pit road. Chris Watkins leading us to this green flag. Brian Privet on the outside, and away we go. 2 wide racing down into turn number 1. Looks like Brian got a nice jump there on Chris, and he will take the lead as they are kind of 2 wide back there. Looks like Angel will sneak his way up into the 3rd position, with Alex Goff slipping back into 4th.
And so far, we're looking pretty good. Clicking off some laps early is going to help. Maybe that tire wear will eventually catch up to him, but right now everybody's looking pretty smooth, trying to find their place, find out where they should be, and that little bump there with the 93 car.
Yeah, that 55 of Brian Privet's out front now. Looks like he was able to get around Chris there after the restart.
And it looked like he got away pretty easily, too, as he now has a pretty decent gap over Chris. Angel in third with Alex Goff in fourth and Lindsey Lyles shuffling out to fifth position. And pretty much up front, we're single file, but we still have some racing going on as we see the 93 of Isaac Wilson take on the 32 car against those Grandpa racing machines.
Yeah, I've been watching him, and he had a little battle with Tim Harmon, the angry idiot in the 73 car. Kind of got bumped, nothing really happened, no harm, no foul, but they're battling back here 10 on back.
I love seeing these guys mix it up, stick their nose in. Look at the 77 trying to come around the 85 here. He's got the 73 of Harmon, as you mentioned, right in front of him. So they're too wide and too deep. And these Facebook cars here, all that got these matching paint jobs, these green Facebook cars are going to make it hard for these guys moving up from behind them because they're all teammates and they're all running together right here pretty tight.
Yeah, it looks like we shuffled through there pretty well. But yeah, you got that whole team of green cars right there, and they can just about do whatever they want at this point. If they wanted to block the track, they could.
They got to be careful not to wreck each other here. It looks like they were getting pretty close and hot and heavy there. It's not just the Facebook cars, the city Chevrolet car as well.
Michael Giberson, Thomas Girth, and Stephen Davis, I believe, is who's the other one? Rob Nickelman? I'm not sure, but it's like a gang out there. I don't know what they're doing with those lime green cars, but they kind of had a little incident with each other there. Almost ran into each other, so
yeah,
that'll be fun to watch for the rest of the race.
Brian Ayers, that MPN number 4 machine, pushing his way by one of those city Chevrolet cars, and the 37 of Mr. Spires there. Looks like he had a little contact with the wall. Minor scrape.
And I think we've seen a little bit of that already from a couple drivers just pushing out just a little wide and getting a scrape on that outside door. Nothing too crazy yet, which is good. We'd like to see nice, clean racing.
Oh, the racing's been great, and everybody, some people have a short run here, some people have a long run. Each driver is different. This track is configured so strange compared to all the other tracks we run. It's kind of crazy, right, Alan? I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
Configured, that's a lot of syllables too.
Is that an actual word?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the 93 right now, the 93 of Isaac Wilson. He's starting 8th. He's starting at 13th. He's up to 8th now. So far, it looks like he might be your big mover so far of the race. He's plugging along. Clicking off laps and passing cars.
Yep, so far he's catching up to Alex Goff and Darrell Whitlow, who we saw there too wide racing for a couple laps. And it seems like everybody got through there pretty clean. Looks like kind of across the board we got, about a half-second gap between just about everybody, so we're starting to even out. But the race up for first is starting to heat up a little bit, as you got Chris Watkins chasing down to the tail of Brian Privet. Angel Hernandez also sitting right there, right behind him.
Yeah, you could throw a beach towel over these three guys. I mean, they're all within, 3-4 tenths of each other. And the 25 got into the 77, but he saved it. What an amazing save there by John J. Timms. Sorry, Brown. Solo action on the track. Got a little excited there.
No, that's what we need to hear about as we kind of watch this battle for the lead to see if Chris can work his way up to the 55 of Brian Privet, which he does right on his bumper now as they kind of go through that dog leg. As you can see there, it's covered with grass, so there is no cutting through the course today. Yeah,
this legacy setup of Phoenix is one they wanted to run because, it's an entry-level series. You're trying to get new guys recruited in here. The best thing to do is put as much free content, in the schedule as you can to attract those guys that may just be getting into iRacing. You know, they might be like Red Stick Ryan Simone, you know, and getting into it because his dad was into it and giving it a try. And it won't cost you as much to start out if a lot of the content in the schedule is free content.
Oh, as a 62 almost has an encounter with that wall. He was trying to work the outside of Brian Privet, but couldn't quite get it to stick. But he didn't lose too much momentum there. He is still right there battling it out, but just look who is behind him. Whoa, as Brian Privet gets super loose, manages to save it. Great driving from him, but he will lose the position. And our new leader is now Chris Watkins, and it looks like Angel will try to get a pass on him now too, moving him up into second.
Yeah, he definitely took advantage of the situation there. Saw the 55 get loose and get up the track, and Angel just stuck it in there and did his best to make basically a free position there. He didn't have to work real hard to pass him.
Yeah, they're kind of settling into the group, learning their friend, learning their neighbor, how they're driving. But there's still some really good battles going on, and I think it's going to just keep getting better as we're going to have a lot of tire wear coming up, I think, and we might see some people move back, move up, just because of kind of equipment issues that they weren't intending on dealing with, because this is such a tricky track.
And 15, 16. Go ahead, Brian.
I was just going to say, and don't look now, the 14 of Gavin Marlin is starting to move up and work on Lindsey Lyles for that 4th position. So, you know, I know, Angel, you're trying to race your own race, but I wonder if he's also kind of looking at that relative and being like, man, you know, he's coming up.
The thing he's got to be thinking about, Angel, is be safe and stay ahead of Gavin. Because if Gavin gets around him, there's no telling what he can do as far as picking off cars. But they're so close to the front right now, as far as track position and position, that, you know, all Angel's got to do is drive safe and keep him behind him. And he's doing that pretty well so far.
Yeah, as Lindsey Lyles gets a little loose there as Gavin's making the pass, so he was able to clear her pretty easily on the front straightaway, moving him up into 4th. And right now, Chris Watkins currently running away from Angel in that lead spot right now. He's about 0.6 up, and it is increasing every single lap.
So you guys surprised by this, that we're 17, 18 laps in now, and we have yet to have a caution with these guys? I mean, this is supposed to be an entry-level series, so aren't they supposed to be wrecking all over the place?
Yeah, I actually am surprised because this track, you know, the banking there's not much banking in 3 and 4, and it seems to cause issues. It's really tight, but they've handled it super well, and that's the thing with this team, this league really finds the drivers that are good out there, and it's been a heck of a run watching these new guys come in, and it looks like they're going to have no problems kind of jumping up and into the Xfinity series, and, you know, moving all the way on to Cup.
Yeah, we said, you know, we would keep you all informed. It looks like Gary Sack III was able to connect back. Unfortunately, he is quite a few laps down. Oh, as he and the 4 get together, they manage to kind of figure things out. No one completely wrecked as Gary ended up going down through the grass. We are still green flag racing.
Wow, real close call there, but good on them for, you know, being heads up and avoiding the big one here. Is, believe it or not, it's not just super speedways. You can have a big one at Phoenix, but these guys are spaced out pretty well, and good heads up driving by the 89. And who was the other one? The 4, Brian Ayers. So
big development.
Could have been worse.
Brian Privet seems to be having some issues here. He is now dropped down into 7th. I don't know if he burned those tires up early, but he has lost a whole lot of ground. I mean, especially going from the lead, and you know what? I think that might be the case, as he is our first taker coming down pit road.
Adam, you think that's what happened there? He burned his right front up. I mean,
well, I've seen it happen before. You know, he probably burned it down to about 5%. You know, that's kind of what you could do here.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
seen it out here on the track. I'm watching the 00 of Alex Goff. He's got this cool Gatorade paint scheme. It's kind of like the old Bobby Allison and Jet Bodine paint scheme. And he's working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter out there, and it's sliding around in
Yeah.
turn 4.
I mean, it's still slick and hot out there, just like the real Mrs. Poindexter. We got 126 degrees being shown track temperature. Don't let the ambient temperature fool you. It says 75 degrees. If these guys were really in cars right now, it'd be one of those races where they had the little thermometer on the side of the seat. It'd be 140, 150 degrees in that car probably. Thank goodness they're in their mom's basement on the with some air conditioning, hopefully.
Well, it's a dry heat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I wouldn't be too concerned.
As the gap for the lead has come down, it's been cut in half. Angel Hernandez clawing his way back up to Mr. Chris Watkins. Let me ask you guys this, because we're gonna, relatively soon gonna be approaching the halfway mark. Is this one of those races where you want to push those tires until you run out of fuel, or are you looking at that halfway part as let's get tires now?
I'm going to wait till halfway, especially now that we're almost there. I mean, nobody knew we'd make it this far without a caution, I don't think. So I bet a lot of these guys were counting on a couple more, so they probably pushed it a little harder than they would have if they knew that we'd still be under green flag here. But, I'd definitely wait till at least, 31, 32 laps and then stop and get gas, 4 fresh ones.
And now if you're Chris, you are starting to deal with a bunch of lap traffic, as you saw him almost get into the 37 of Matthew Spires. And, that's just kind of showing you the difference in these top guys up in the front to some of these guys in the back, and how well they can control cars on older tires.
He's trying to
stay out of the way.
He's trying to get through Thomas Girth, and Girth's that's a problem.
there we go.
There we go. Oh, are they able? Oh,
He's below the racing line here.
below,
Yellow
and they
top.
will throw the yellow.
Wow.
Yeah, and
That's
Girth was having. I was watching Girth before. He was having all kinds of problems keeping it, straight, and I'm sure that was tire wear. I don't think he meant to do anything there, but you got to be aware of where you're at on the track and where the leaders are behind you. So that kind of became an issue right there, didn't it?
We've seen a few guys that these lap cars that'll try to stay high. Matthew Spires tried to stay so high a minute ago that he actually bounced off the wall a couple of times, but he was able to stay out of the leader's way as they came around low.
Yeah, it looked like the 62 was trying to make the move around the lap cars down low and just ran out of room as he pushed wide. And unfortunately, as you said, Tom Girth just happened to kind of be the victim on that one.
Yeah,
And Chris Watkins, I mean, he's been running up front the whole time, and now he's going to be starting way in the back.
well, I don't think it's going to kill his day, honestly, because he's running so fast. But it's going to make him work a little harder now, isn't it? He's going to have to really, really work and push that machine. And I think your tire wear we were talking about earlier, it could become a problem for him in this second half of the race.
Let's talk about tire wear here for a quick second. Angel Hernandez, Gavin Marlin, Lindsey Lyles, and Isaac Wilson did not pit.
I don't know what's going through their head. They may be expecting another one. I don't really know. It sounds like there may be a scoring issue that's being questioned by the 93 right now too. So more to come on that.
Yeah, it looks like Isaac and Wilson in the 93 Matco Tools car is coming down.
Yeah,
now.
same with Gavin Marlin, Lindsey Lyles, and Isaac. So yeah.
I think the argument was that they should have got they should have been able to pit last lap, but they didn't get a pit open signal. Maybe the 42 definitely missed out on that because he is still out front, still on the track with these old tires.
Yeah, another person who hasn't pitted yet is the 37 of Matt Spires. We saw him pretty much get a lap back on that one, so I don't know if he was a lucky dog or not. It looks like it would appear to be as he shuffles his way back through the pack to be at the end of the longest line.
See, this is what we were talking about this championship not being a lock and anything can happen, because now Angel's going to have to pit soon. And even if he pits with the lap cars here, he's going to be starting near the back of the field.
Right. And do you think I mean, this could be a strategy. Does he want that extra bonus point of leading a lap?
He would have already gotten it because he inherited the lead from the caution.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. Well, it's interesting strategy. We'll kind of see what happens here as it all shakes out. I mean, we're pretty much halfway almost through this. Still quite a ways to go, especially on a slick, hot track. And, you know, like we always say, I know it's cliche, cautions sometimes breed cautions, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to start getting antsy a little bit with these new tires. And should be interesting here at the second half of this race.
As they would say in the great Dodgeball movie, that is a bold strategy, Cotton. Angel Hernandez staying out, taking the lead. Darrell Whitlow starting on his outside, who is on fresh rubber. In fact, just about everybody behind him is on fresh rubber. As the pace car leads them through 3 and 4 one last time. The lights are off as it starts to come down pit road. Angel bringing us to the green flag, and away they go down into turn number 1. Darrell Whitlow getting a nice jump there, and he is able to easily get past, with Chris Watkins being able to get past as well.
They're going to it's going to be a freight train coming for Angel here. It's kind of what we expected with 30-something lap old tires here and everybody on fresh rubber, so.
Yeah.
Not really a surprise here.
They're getting after it here as they're coming back around to the front stretch, and still a little bit too wide in the 10, 12, 13th position. And they got different braking points here, guys. I don't know if you've heard that, but Isaac Wilson got in the wall a little bit there. Probably some fresh tire issue.
Lindsay Lyles, the self-proclaimed Biloxi Belle from hell, is way back in 12th place now. She, as you recall, she was in top 5, top 6 car here a few laps ago. She must have had some problems during that last caution or that last pit stop.
Oh, and Darrell Whitlow may be serving a penalty coming down pit road. So Chris Watkins is back to being your current leader. Angel Hernandez in second, but right behind him is Alex Goff and Tim Harmon.
Well, good for him, and you know, he got into Girth a little bit. Girth got into him. Hey, he's back. No harm, no foul. Let's keep racing. And that's kind of the cool thing about this series, because they have 2 fast repairs. Midwest Days of Thunder Arca series. It's a beginner series in our league, but it's turning out to be some great racing. These guys are really showcasing their talents tonight.
Yeah, heartbreak for Brian Privet. I mean, starting way up there towards the front, now sitting back in 19th position.
And I don't even show him on the track, so I wonder if he was having some connection issues earlier on.
He did have, I see the message now, he had a disconnection due to packet loss, what they're calling it now. It used to be drop throughput, but yeah,
it's
connection.
Kind of like in real life when they don't put all the lug nuts on your tire, kind of thing, you know. It happens. Unfortunately, this is the internet. It's a simulation. It's not a game.
Yeah.
But we're having a lot of fun as they go 3 wide back here in 11th place almost. Ooh, it was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, the 3 and the 93, and they're mixing it up back here. And look who's right behind him, Gavin Marlin, trying to find his way through this mess. Is there 3 wide right in front of him with Ryan Ayers in the middle?
they're too slow for that boy. He's telling them to get out of his way, but he kind of stuck like a sandwich in there. So
Yeah,
hopefully he can get his way out of there.
just needs to be patient here and let this kind of shake out. As we turn some more laps here, we'll get some separation.
But if you're Gavin, you need to make up as many spots as
Yeah,
you
it's
can.
time to go.
As they're 3 wide, plenty of room there. Good job, guys, keeping it together. And it looks like Gavin has made his way kind of through that muck pretty well. Oh, as they're wrecking behind him. No yellow flag. We are still racing.
Oh, good job, guys. Yeah.
That was interesting as we're focused on Gavin here and watch those guys kind of bend into each other a little bit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
hey, they kept it moving, and Gavin has got to find a way to the front. There's no doubt about it. I know what's going through his mind. If you ain't first, you're last. That's what he's thinking right now, and that's where he's trying to be.
And
Yeah, he's definitely making tracks.
as we look up to our points leader, currently sitting in third, Tim Harmon just ahead of him by quite a ways. But we have John Timms and Alex Goff all sitting right there, as it looked like we had an issue from Tom Girth. He's sitting there on the inside grass, and he's going to
Yeah, he's in
take
the
the
pit.
tow.
He towed. Yep.
Oh, as we got
Yellow's
a
now.
yellow, I believe that was Matthew Spires on the front stretch. Let's go back and take a quick look to see what might have happened from him. I think he might have just got loose coming out of 4.
It could definitely happen right there.
Yeah, that's what it was. He got loose coming out of 4 and hard into that inside wall. Not a lot of
Oh,
room on that
hard.
front straightaway, so that car, thankfully, I hope he's got enough fast repairs left, but he's gonna need one.
Well, and what a blessing this would be, I think, personally, for Angel Hernandez. I guess it's time for him to pit. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know what he's hoping? He's just hoping all these guys that took tires 12 laps ago come in and take tires again so he doesn't end up behind them all. It might be a blessing in disguise. You might be right here.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well-
also the problem is, if no one else comes down and he comes down, he is now stuck way back in the field and has to pick his way through, but it looks like we will have takers. We will have a very busy pit road down there.
Well, the great thing is, though, if he does get the opportunity to pit here, he's done pitting for this race. Got 24, 20, 25, 24 to go now, something like that.
Exactly. He got and if some of those other guys stay out, he's got at near the end. If we keep going green, he's going to have a little bit fresher tires. He may
You
have a
got
little bit more in the tank, and this is philosophy. These guys talk about this together, teammates, and kind of how they're going to go about their business. And when you're going for the championship, you better think about it now. And I think he's probably done his homework, and we'll see how it shakes out here at the end.
And don't look now, Gavin Marlin and Lindsay Lyle stayed out this time. So Gavin leading this race, Chris Watkins winning the race off of pit road, beating out Tim Harmon and Angel Hernandez. So now we've got some slightly older rubber once again in front of these fresher tire guys.
Yeah, and I don't expect it to work out to these guys' disadvantage right away because their tires are still somewhat fresh. But if we get a good 20 more laps here of green flag racing, we're going to see some interesting things happen.
I'm sure that's what they're thinking, too, the 14 and the 1, because they did pit back. What lap was that? 31, something like that? 30. So they do have decent tread still, so they're going to stay out and ride them as long as they can, hoping for another caution kind of towards the end. But, yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Right now, they're in good shape as far as grip level goes, and they're going to stick with it as long as they can. And Angel might have some better tires towards the end, but I'm not sure these guys will be able to keep up with them. We'll see.
Well, anything can happen, as we've seen some things happen we didn't think would happen, kind of like the long green flag run we had at the beginning of the race, right? And then the first accident was some lap traffic. So those are things that typically don't happen at a track like this with these guys. But hey, I'm ready for what's next. This is super exciting to watch this championship race. Midwest Days of Thunder Arca Series Championship.
Looks like as they get ready to get behind the pace car two abreast here, I wanted to mention something about the restarts. The restarts have been clean. I mean, I don't think a single time yet have we seen a restart and a pile up, before they completed a lap or two.
And I think that has to do with these guys now. They've been racing together for quite a while here in this shortened season, but they kind of know how each other race, and they're starting to get it, and that's the cool thing about this series. You start learning your friends and foes, and here we go off into turn 4 and gonna let it rip.
Let it rip indeed. Gavin Marlin leading us down and away towards that green flag pace car coming down pit road now. And away we go once again. Green flag racing. Gavin getting a massive jump.
It looked like Lindsay didn't go.
She had a little issue there.
What happened there?
Slowed down the field a little bit, but they're all going to be fine. They're gonna run it out here.
Yeah,
she may have missed a gear.
So Gavin getting a nice lead there, but Chris Watkins closing that gap really, really quick as he looks to the inside to pass, and Gavin is just going to let him cruise right on by. Maybe the smart move from Gavin there, not to get into any tight mucks with so many laps to go still. Lindsay not getting too defeated by that poor start there, still in third place with Angel Hernandez trying to work his way back up.
He's holding her own, but yeah, I was going to say something about, look, Angel Hernandez, 4th place. That's not going to help Gavin out. Gavin needs something to happen to gain, 5, 8 more positions, something like that, to get Angel behind him. Looks like they might be getting ready to fight for some position here.
Yeah, we've watched this series all season long. Angel is probably
three's around.
3
Yellow's
gets
out.
turned around with yellow flag coming out.
Rob Nickel down in the grass.
Nickel. Oh, looks like the 25 just got into his rear bumper and helped him around. Thankfully, he didn't hit anything too hard there, so I think he will be okay. We don't talk about the Canadian Rob Nickel all that much, but, it's unfortunate to see. He's been having a pretty solid day for himself there, fighting over kind of a top 15 spot just about the entire time.
And Michael Chaney in that 25, there was no ill intent there, I don't believe. I think he just, the 3 pushed up a little bit. Maybe he had to get out of the gas a little bit. The 25 wasn't ready for it, and he popped him.
Yeah, and it's like I've already said, it's a tough track. It's going to happen. Super tight track, super hot track. But I want to go back to Angel a little bit. From my observation of him, I think he's probably one of the most consistent racers here in this series, and he's always up at the front. It seems like he makes minimal mistakes, and he's always running in the top, and I think that's what it takes to be a champion in this league.
And you want to talk about consistency. I believe last restart and this restart, our team points leader, MPN Esports, I think they've got 3 guys all in the top 10 right now. So that shows you why they are currently the leaders in that. Consistency.
They're I guarantee you these guys practice together. It's not like a lot of teams where you run your 30 by yourself, you run your 30. I guarantee you they get together and talk about strategy and, what lines they want to run, pit strategy, helping each other out. And these guys came into this Midwest Days of Thunder League, the Arca League, and they really have made their mark here. They're doing really well.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, and the Adrenaline Spike Designs cars they run, they're just beautiful looking cars. And a lot of these guys, I mean, it's really cool to see the different paint jobs people run, and and everybody has such a good attitude here. It's just a great environment to be a part of as far as these racing, racing team.
Speaking of guys who know how to paint a car, Michael Simone, who we'll see at the Cup race tomorrow night, he's going to be running a special paint tomorrow night for a certain chef on YouTube. A lot of people do know who he is. If you don't, you're going to find out tomorrow, so tune in for that. Bust out Momo's Magnolite pot. You might learn something about some good Louisiana cooking. So look forward to that tomorrow at the Cup race. Michael Simone, great car painter.
I'm looking forward to that too. And if anybody's watching right now, this is the beginner series. Look how good the racing is. I mean, just imagine bumping that up to another 2 levels. And that's where our top tier drivers are. They're racing the Cup cars tomorrow. I believe they're at Iowa, and should be an interesting race. And we're going to be on there, and we're going to have a good time, hopefully, broadcasting that race.
As the lights on the pace car turn off, stacking back up to go back to green flag racing. Chris Watkins taking us to that green flag with Gavin Marlin starting on the outside in second, with Angel Hernandez in third, Lindsay Lyles in fourth, looking to hopefully get a better restart this time, with Alex Goff sitting in fifth, Isaac Wilson in sixth, Tim Harmon in seventh, John Timms in eighth, Ryan Ayers in ninth, and Michael Chaney in 10th.
This is what we talked about. Chris Watkins spun earlier, but look, he's worked his way back.
Yes, indeed, as pace car coming down pit road and down and away into turn number 1 they go. It looks like Chris was able to fight off that charge from Gavin on that outside, so he will maintain the lead. Gavin sliding into second, with Lindsay Lyles getting a much better restart there, sliding up into third, but we've got Angel and Isaac both battling hard for fourth.
What a great recovery for Lindsay, man. I mean, after that terrible restart that she had, as the 93 gets in the outside wall a little bit there, but it saves it.
But he does save it, so that's going to give Angel Hernandez that position as he now works his way up to fight Lindsay for third.
And Lindsay has been much improved over these last few races. She is holding her own with these boys out here, and I think she's going to try to make a run for it maybe next season.
Got the 9 and the 25 back here running side by side. Darrell Whitlow in that clean-looking paint, that number 9 Venom car, and Michael Chaney in the 25 doing a little side-by-side back and forth. 25 gets in the wall a little bit again.
As the 42 and 93 of Angel Hernandez and Isaac Wilson make their way past Lindsay as she just went a little too wide there. So now that's going to leave her back down to fifth. Still a decent day for her, up 1 spot. But Isaac Wilson, your hard charger of the day so far, up 9 positions from where he started.
Yeah, and just like I said before, everybody's got a little bit of different style here. You know, your short run, your long run, and it plays into the action in the corners, as y'all see right here as we're diving right in, watching Isaac Wilson. I am. And it's just fun to watch. Really fun to watch, guys.
What a huge move by the 9. He just passed 2 cars at one time in one turn. He passed the 77 and whoever that other car was. He just had a huge run and went all the way down to the grass. He probably had half of his left side tires on the grass and just made a hell of a run there. Pick up a couple spots.
And it looks like Darrell Whitlow did stop on lap 49 as we are now 8 laps to go. So he has some relatively good rubber, as we saw John Timms in the background get loose coming off of that turn. So he is going to slide back maybe? No, he was going to be able to hang on to that position.
The cream of the crop is up front, right? Our top 3 guys in the actual series are running close in the top 5, and man, they're beating and banging right now, and it's time to let them go. Let's just put the throttle down.
Gavin's tires, he pitted on lap 29. He's got some of the oldest tires in the field right now. As the 93's around, that's got to be a caution.
That is a caution.
77 just kind of T-boned him there, had nowhere to go.
Wow.
As the 93 was sliding across the track.
Let's go back. They were racing hard, kind of see what happened there.
Wild times, championship race, y'all. That's it.
It looked like the 73 just getting into that corner a little too hard and pushed out into the 93.
man.
And man, that 77 had nowhere to go but straight into Isaac Wilson's car there.
And again, one of those things where, you know, Tim Harmon, Angry Idiot's number 73, relatively new driver to the series. I don't know how long he's been in iRacing, but just an honest mistake there. Sent it in a little too much maybe, and got in the quarter panel of the 93. We got a couple cars. No, Lindsay faked us out there. She's going to stay out. May get a couple takers here.
And this is the point. What do you do here, especially if you're Gavin Marlin? What are you going to do?
Oh,
here?
I'm taking tires. I have to.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, no, it's 61 laps here complete.
Yeah, I think
When they cross the stripe, I don't know.
I think they're
He's
going to
got track
have.
position.
I think they're going to have 3 laps to go when they take the green flag. So I don't know if pitting there is the right option, especially knowing
Yeah,
that
you're right.
you know, the only way Gavin wins the championship is if Angel has absolute catastrophe behind him.
And right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But it could be a freight train running around Gavin with those tires, not because of his racing ability, but just because of the tires he's sitting on. So he's gambling.
He's hoping
gambling.
something happens to Angel because he can't put him down any more positions in the spread by moving forward. He needs Angel to move back, and so it's going to take a small miracle here for Gavin to make enough positions on Angel to secure up this championship.
Brian Pivot is taking another lap down pit road. I think we've seen him do that a few times, unfortunately, today.
I don't know if he's fixing damage because he's out of fast fares, or he may have gotten a little no ticket down there, a little speed ticket.
And as we, it looks like we will have a green-white checker before we start getting into our official green-white checkers, I believe. So we're going to have some close action-packed racing to finish this one out.
Oh man, you talk about an exciting finish coming up for the last race of the Arca season.
And what a cool race it has been. You know, we kind of questioned, hey, this is a crazy track. Legacy, Phoenix, it's 1 mile, totally different than any of the tracks on the series. So I think it's thrown a little, curveball into the series itself and made it just amazing to watch. I think this has been great.
I don't know whose idea it was, but yeah, putting us at a unique track that's not a cookie cutter mile and a half is really going to test these guys, and it's going to make. Yeah, we were talking about it beforehand, saying, is this really the right track to do a championship final race? But it hasn't disappointed at all. It's been great racing.
I mean, look at the big brains on Brad. Whoever's running this league really knows what they're doing, right?
I don't know who picked this, but they did it right.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, guys.
As Chris Watkins, your current leader, getting ready to take us to that green flag as the pace car comes down. Get ready to go back hard. Fast action, past pace racing. Chris Watkins over Gavin Marlin taking the
They're
lead.
wrecking. 3:25, 55, all wrecking in the back here.
And man, that will be a quick yellow.
Wow. we just talked about Brian Privet in the Bojangles car, right? He's having one of those days. I've had many of them, and it's rough out there for him.
Unfortunately, I think he's just an innocent bystander on that one. It looked like the 25 got checked up into the 3, little miscommunication on when someone was going to slow down, it looked like. And yeah, that's, I would say that's pretty safe to say what happened there.
Canadian driver Rob Nickel it looks like he may have missed a gear, or he just was taking his time speeding up. I don't know what happened there.
I think he's probably watching Hamilton versus Winnipeg right now. They're on ESPN2. You know, I mean, that's probably what he was doing. He turned his head, you know, kind of like I'm doing here.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, look, these guys, they're trying to get every position they can right now because they want to move up to Xfinity. You don't want to be an Arca driver forever. Although this is a great series, don't kid yourself. You're going to try to move up the ranks, right, and impress somebody. And so every position counts here, as we're going to have another green-white checker. It looks like, right?
Looks like we will have another green-white checker. I don't think that one counted towards our official green-white checkers. So we still have 2 more attempts at it.
Like the 89 will get the lucky dog here and get a lap back. The 89 of Gary Sack the third.
Well, Mr. Michigan, now he's only 9 laps down, so he'll be all right. Hey, he stuck it out. He raced. That's, you know, you got to be.
He didn't quit. Yeah.
No, he didn't. He didn't quit. I would have quit a long time ago. But he's tough. The boys from Michigan are tough, kind of like them Ohio boys.
What surprises you guys most about this championship race tonight?
So far, it's been up until now, you know, it was very clean racing. We saw quite a few good saves from people, usually, you know, back there who were racing. So I was expecting to see a few more cautions, especially with this hot, slick track temp.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that first long run we had, and pleasantly surprised, by the way. And it's kind of washing itself out to what we kind of thought here, but we've had some really, really good racing, and this is a monster of a track. It's tough to tame, hard to handle, however you want to call it. It's not easy to drive this track on your iRacing simulating machine.
And if the race ends right now as it stands, Angel Hernandez will win the Drivers' Championship, with MPN taking home the Team Championship. So we'll keep you guys apprised of that as we can. It's kind of tough to calculate the math in the head, but as of right now, that is where we stand.
You know, if MPN takes this owner's trophy, you know, Ryan Ayers, the owner over there at MPN, he's definitely going to be very proud of these guys and what they've accomplished. And this is, I believe, this is their first season competing in Arca. So
it is their
what a great run for these guys.
It is their first full season, so that also means I believe they are all eligible to move up to Xfinity. So it'll be interesting to see if they move that entire team up.
Not here to take part; they're here to take over. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. It's going to be just continued great racing in this series all the way around. Every Arca, Xfinity, Cup, things are moving, things are shaking. It's just an amazing racing series.
Back to 2 wide racing we go. Pace car coming off. Chris Watkins taking us to that green flag. Gavin Marlin on his outside, and away we go down into turn number 1. Looked like a relatively clean start that time, as Gavin's had a slight run on that outside, but is slowly losing ground, and looks like Chris will easily take that position back away as Gavin now moves down into the inside, doing a little bit of a crossover, fighting on the inside, just inside the bumper of Chris Watkins, with Darrell Whitlow sitting behind him, sitting in 3rd. Angel Hernandez now in 4th.
93's around right at the pit entrance. It should stay green here.
Yeah, white flag has waved, so this race will now end on this lap no matter what else happens. down through the dogleg they go. Chris Watkins, your leader. He has won once already, looking to make it number 2. The 9 of Daryl Whitlow down into the wall. So he is able to hang on to it with Chris Watkins crossing the line. Your race winner, Gavin Marlin, finishing in second. Daryl Whitlow finishing third. But your driver champion, Angel Hernandez, was able to finish up in fourth and race a fantastic race.
Congrats to all these guys. Watkins for fighting back and taking the win tonight after that spin. And Angel Hernandez winning this championship handily. Gavin gave him a pretty good run, but what a complete season for Angel Hernandez in this 42.
Yeah, consistent. He did what he wanted to do, basically, today. All he wanted to do was stay, I think, probably in the top 5, and he did that. And now he's got a championship here to put on his belt. Hey, man, there's a hell of a run from all these guys in the top 10. Tim Harmon moved up 7 spots, the Angry Idiots driver. So he'll be the hard charger. Lindsay Lyles, she's right there behind him. I mean, just a great race, guys, and I've been proud to be a part of it with y'all and had a good time.
You got a couple of MPN cars out here celebrating. The car owner, Ryan Ayers, out here celebrating his owner championship, as well as the 42 and the 62 out here doing some burnouts, having some fun.
Yeah, so what we'll do now is we will start with our third place finisher, Daryl Whitlow. We'll bring him into the booth. Hey, Daryl, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, congratulations on a third place finish here in the last race of the season. We kind of saw you fighting up front a little bit just about all season, but couldn't quite get the job done. What do you think helped you this time around?
Not getting wrecked. I mean, the few times where I've, been up front and I didn't finish up there, it was usually, getting caught up in a wreck. And today I was able to just kind of avoid all the drama on the track and, it was in the right position at the right time for most of the race. So that helps. And
you didn't just play it safe. You made some really good passes out there. I had mentioned one of them on the broadcast that you went down almost to the grass and passed a couple of cars right there in a row. I mean, you were definitely charging hard and not playing it safe like some of the guys out there today.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't worried about championship or anything like that, so I was just trying to get a win. And at the end, when all the cautions started coming in bunches, I was at the back, so I was going ahead and taking tires every time because I was only going to lose a spot or two. So that really helped at the end. Just I was on 12 lap old tires, so that's a huge difference.
Yeah, that strategy paid off for you. How tough was it with how hot that track was? It looked like 3 and 4 were tricky. It looked like every corner was tricky just with the heat itself out there.
Honestly, I felt like the track was really good for me. I didn't qualify the best. I just overdrove the corners trying to get a really fast lap. But I knew I had a fast time. My optimal time was faster than what everybody else had ran. So I knew I had the ability to get there. I just had to put it together. And, unfortunately, I had to start in the middle of the pack. And I, at first, was just kind of driving it safe. And then at the end, once I got all those tires and I was just catching people out on old tires, it was pretty easy to pass.
Well, congrats, man. P3, podium, good job.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we any plans for next season? Are you going to be back here in Arca, moving up?
Yeah, I'm still thinking I'm going to be in Arca just because of my schedule. So I'll probably end up in that again and just have to wait to finish that before I go up to Cup, hopefully.
All right, man. Well, in that case, we'll see you again in the Arca series, and we wish you the best of luck for next season, and hopefully we get to interview you more often. Have a great night, sir.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, so we will now bring in our second place finisher on the night, and that was Gavin Marlin. Hey, Gavin, you got a copy? I was not able to hear you there, bud.
He's probably celebrating with some ice cream if I was him. Gavin, you there?
Turning him up in Discord, but I still can't hear him.
Yeah, I can hear you queuing up, but don't hear your voice coming through.
May have to catch back up.
Well, you ain't
So, yeah,
first, you're last.
We'll catch back up with you there, Gavin. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how this race went. So we'll bring you back up in a little bit. So we will now bring up Chris Watkins and his team owner, captain, whatever you want to call it. Chris Watkins winning this race, and that means the MPN Esports winning the team series for this. First, Chris, congratulations on the win here. I know this is your second win on the season, so you were a little kind of late to the party and maybe not as consistent as you'd like, but tell us how you think today's race went for you.
I enjoyed it. It went pretty good. I was worried about Angel there for a long time until the caution came out, and then it kind of went all haywire, but it was a good race with him up front, and good to see he won the championship.
Yeah, it's good to see a old Texas boy up there running up in front, and we saw you spin early, and we saw that you had to kind of fall to the back, but I think Adam was the one that brought up, said, man, don't count him out. I mean, anything can happen in these races, and you fought your way back to the front, and it was just a great showing tonight.
Yeah, I kind of got into it with that lap car a little bit, and I couldn't turn down quick enough to get out of the way of contact with him. But yeah, I drove a little harder than I would have liked trying to get back up to the front just because of that damage. Just because I was just hot-headed and trying to get back up there. So that's probably what made me get back up there so quick.
Well, whatever it was, it worked out for you. I got a question for you as a fellow Texas guy. Where are you from? What part of Texas?
I'm from North Texas in the Sherman area.
Oh, you're my neighbor, son. Okay. Now, I enjoyed watching you win and all that, but I'd like to give a little shout-out to whoever's painting y'all's cars, the Adrenaline Spike Designs. That y'all had some pretty neat-looking cars out there tonight.
That's him.
Yeah, that's me. I started that this year, painting cars, and I've been having fun doing it.
Yeah, man, it looked awesome. Patriotic theme, and we enjoyed watching y'all. Congratulations, and congratulations, Ryan, to y'all's team. What a hell of a year y'all had here.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was our first time racing with MDOT, and they're great hosts. You guys put on an awesome broadcast, and we looked forward to racing here every single week, and we're looking forward to racing here in some future races too.
We sure appreciate having you guys. I mean, to have a group come in that shows up every week, and not just shows up but shows out. I mean, you guys have been finishing well, and I know being an owner and everything, and being your first year here, that's got to mean a lot to you. Just seeing your guys perform like they can.
Yeah, we actually held some recruitment stuff like maybe 2 weeks prior to the start of the MDOT Arca series, and put a team together, and it was our first league that we ran as a team. Chris was actually recruited. I've known Chris for many, many years. He's helped me out so much on iRacing and when we were transitioning over to the platform. But he was originally going to be running with our Dirt Series guys, and then we just weren't getting enough consistent action in a league over there, and so I invited him to come race with us over here at MDOT, and I'm glad I did because he picked up a couple of wins in a short amount of time, and has helped out me and the other drivers of the team a lot. And then obviously, painting cars. So make sure go give Adrenaline Spike Designs a like on Facebook because this guy does it all.
Yes, sir. Another thing I was going to say was this season was very short, and it's just because MDOT's trying to get all the seasons kind of lined up to make a cleaner transition for guys moving up. Are you guys going to be able to jump straight into Xfinity next season into the longer seasons and still perform consistently throughout?
Yeah, we're very confident. We're working with the admins here to get our team involved in the Xfinity series. Obviously, as long as they're willing, we'd love to participate in it. And the drivers that we have, we're very confident can make their way up in the front up there too. So we got drivers that race Xfinity cars in other leagues and events, with trucks and stuff like that. So we're looking forward to the challenge of racing with some of MDOT's finest as well, because we've had so much fun here in the last few weeks.
Yeah, well, hey, y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all stay with us, stay in this league. It's been amazing to watch y'all in this short little series. I know y'all got big things to come, and congratulations to both of y'all. Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck next season and in your future endeavors. We totally look forward to it. And again, congratulations on the wins. We'll catch you guys later.
Thank you.
All right, so now let's try Gavin one more time. Hey, Gavin, you got a copy?
Evan, you got a copy on us, bud?
Hey, the kid's celebrating. Let him celebrate. He did his donuts. He ate his ice cream. He basically.
Yeah,
whipped
but I always like
everybody around
talking
here.
to him.
Yeah,
I
I
love
do
hearing
too.
from Gavin, man. Especially
Well-
when he tells you off and tells you,
Well,
well, do you like making money?
He's let me have it a few times. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
All right,
Well,
well,
Maybe they can get
well-
that audio figured out.
yeah, we'll try one more time in a second here, Gavin. So we will bring in your single solo driver champion, and that would be Angel Hernandez. Hey, Angel, you got a copy? Hey, man.
Congrats, champ.
Congratulations on the season championship. I mean, you drove a heck of a race today. It was kind of your destiny here on how it was all gonna plan down. Can you tell us a little bit on that strategy to stay out when you got that caution about halfway through the race?
To be honest, that strategy move wasn't on purpose. I thought everyone's gonna stay out. 'Cause I thought we had enough fuel to make it to the end. But
It looked
Yeah,
like
I
they
didn't
did surprise you when they all ducked off and you got left holding the bag in front. I said, "Oh no!" I said, "I don't think he was expecting everybody to duck off behind him."
yeah, the most I was expecting like the back half of the field try and mix it up and come in, but I didn't expect absolutely everyone to come in.
Well, it really mattered, but it didn't matter because all you had to do was pretty much secure a top 10, and you did. And man, how's it feel to be the champion of Midwest Days of Thunder Arca Series?
It's definitely rewarding. Great season great season all season long. And obviously, me and Gavin had really good battles, and I think if he wouldn't have missed, I think it was just one race. I think that probably would have been a closer finish, or he would have won that. But either way, I'm still satisfied, obviously, with very satisfied with the championship.
You can tell that you've put the work in, the practice in, and the consistency was there. The skill was there, taking chances when you needed to, and just running safe, dodging wrecks, and being consistent. And there's no playoff system here in Arca, and it's all about consistency and scoring points. And you did that very, very well. And it's no surprise to us really that you ended up being the champion this season. So congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
Now, just a quick question. I know this is your kind of second season, at least since I've been here, that you've been in Arca. Any plans to move up to Xfinity at any point?
Yeah. Yeah, next season I will be doing Xfinity, on Monday actually, but I'm excited to start that as well. And a bunch of new drivers and some people coming up from here in Arca, so it's gonna be exciting. New series.
Yeah, we need someone to take Manny down for us, because I know I'm not good enough to do that, but you've definitely got got some skills there, man. Well, again, congratulations on the season championship. I know you just kind of missed out on it last season, but you were able to get the job this season. We wish you the best of luck in what's coming ahead, and we look forward to seeing you, man.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, so let's now try Gavin one last time. Hey, Gavin, got a copy?
Yeah, he's had some hardcore audio issues or something here tonight.
I can hear y'all.
Ah, there we
right,
go.
got
Now
him.
we got him. Well, man, you got the P2 tonight, which unfortunately wasn't quite good enough to take a second season championship in a row, but still a heck of a run. Now, everyone's been asking, man, when are you moving up in this league? Because, I mean, you're probably getting tired of beating up on all these Arca drivers, huh?
We'll be in Xfinity next week.
Wow, that's quick. How about that? Hey, congrats. I know you probably wanted a championship. You didn't get it. I think you can get it in Xfinity. You got to go shoot for the number 73 car, okay?
I bet Gavin the whole night tonight, he's probably looking back there saying, man, to win this championship, I need something to happen to that 42. You should have had you a voodoo doll made or something of Angel Hernandez and make something happen to that 42 car, because that's all you really need is for something bad to happen to him. And I think if you would have beat him by 10 or 11 positions, you would have had this championship tied up.
Yeah, to finish top 9.
Yeah, but congratulations, man. You put on a heck of a show this season. I know your daddy Jarrett's real proud of you, and we're proud of you too. We enjoyed watching you run this year, and look forward to seeing you in Xfinity and banging some fenders with you here on Monday.
Yeah, I'm a good congrats to Angel. He deserved the championship. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, and I'll be in Xfinity next week.
Awesome, bud. We look forward to it. We'll definitely keep our eye on you. You go have yourself a nice, relaxing cold juice box after this hot race here in Phoenix.
Tabor, thanks for the league, too.
Yeah, you got to thank Tabor. He's made all this happen. Congrats to him. Hey, man, it's a good time, guys.
Whoo, boy!
All the admins that help put this together, they build the schedules. They admin the races. I mean, they do a great job, and hats off to the Midwest Days of Thunder staff for all the work they put in on this. And we really enjoy putting these races on and broadcasting, and just like to thank them for the opportunity, because it's a lot of fun up here in the booth with you boys.
Yeah, no, this series has been exciting. What a great season to watch. Even though it was a shortened season, it had everything you could have wished for in this racing series. Let's run down through our final leaderboard here as Chris Watkins taking home the win for MPN Esports, with Gavin Marlin getting second, but just not quite good enough to get a championship. Daryl Whitlow finishing in third. What a good finish for him. And Angel Hernandez, your season champion, finishing in fourth. Tim Harmon of the Angry Idiots finished in fifth, up 7 spots. And you know what, boys? That's a hard charger of the day. Lindsay Lyles.
Wow.
Lindsay Lyles had a very solid race as well, finishing in sixth, with Alex Goff finishing in seventh. John Timms getting the 8th position in that 77 car, with the 4 of Ryan Ayers finishing in 9th. And one of those grandpa cars, the 85, Grandpa Bill, finishing in 10th.
And Grandpa Giberson finishing right behind him in 11th. Matthew Spires, he had some run-ins today. He didn't have the best race today, but he was one of those guys that was trying to let the lead lap cars around, and a couple of times he got caught up in it, but that HSR car is going to be back next season and hopefully do pretty well. Rob Nickel in the 3 car finished 13th. Isaac Wilson in the 93 finished 14th. Michael Chaney in the 25 ran into some bad luck as well. Ended up 15th place.
Mr. Michigan, Gary Sack the third, 16th. He was 8 laps down. He stayed out there, worked it as hard as he could. 17th, 55 Bojangles car, Brian Privet, man. He had a rough one, but he finished as well. In 18th, Tom Girth, 35 laps down. And Little Red Stick, Ryan Simone. I see him with my big eyes at me. He's number 19th, 47 laps down. What a fun time, y'all.
Man, that was great. And you know what? We're in for more action-packed racing tomorrow as the MDOT Cup Series heads on to Iowa and another sponsored race from the severe weather country. So we're looking at a wonderful fast track racing there tomorrow night. But until then, I'm Alan Brown signing off for Alan English and Adam Turner. We will see y'all later.
We gone.
See ya.
No